So you want to get some PlayStation 1 games.
I want to get some PlayStation 1 games.
So today we're going to be going over our top beginner picks for starting your PlayStation collection. And that doesn't mean that this is necessarily only for a beginner. Yeah, exactly.
Like staple games.
It's just games that you should have for your collection. And if you're just starting, this is a good place to start.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about probably like I don't know, for me it was really popular growing up and I really enjoyed it. We're going to talk about Spyro. So we chose Spyro 2 because it adds more to the game. It's more of the first one. It's again a 3D action platformer where you're going around kind of like a collectathon, like we've talked about before. But it's got various tasks you need to do as Spyro the Dragon. He can breathe fire. He can fly. He can do all kinds of stuff. But we chose the second one because it's cheaper than the first one, from what I understand. And it's also, there's more mechanics to the game. Spyro can do a lot more. And yeah, that would probably be your best bet if you're looking to get into Spyro.
And that doesn't mean that we're necessarily saying stay away from 1 and 3.
No.
If you want any of them or all of them, get them. But for Spyro 2, like we said, we wanted it on the list because you could get that for about $20.
Yeah, that's your best bang for your buck when it comes to that. Right?
Yeah.
So, and we're kind of going down the same path when it comes to our second choice. It's Crash Bandicoot, of course, right?
Yeah.
And we actually chose the third Crash Bandicoot Warped. Now, same kind of reasons here. You're going to get most out of this game. It's the same as the first one. It's more of like a 2.5D action platformer.
That's right.
Like that's the best way to describe it. He's jumping on enemies. He's twirling around. He's doing all kinds of stuff.
Running away from boulders, fighting bosses.
The perspective of the game, how the camera changes and everything. It's an awesome platforming game, right? And again, we chose the third one because there's like vehicle levels. There's a bunch of different gameplay elements to the game. He's remember the ones where you're riding the tiger and stuff, and all those different games? You had it, right?
Warped, is the game that when you look back on your Crash Bandicoot experience, most people talk about playing Warped. And
again,
not to take away from 1 or 2.
No,
but
because you had...
I had 1, 2, and 3 growing up. So.
And I remember playing the third one the most, right?
Yeah.
And again, it's like $20, $25 kind of thing.
You should be able to get that one $20, $25.
So yeah, pretty decent value for those games.
Exactly.
And everybody knows those games. That's not reason to buy them, but, And then moving on to door number 3.
Yeah, and we're going with rated M games, and we're going to go with, Grand Theft Auto. The very first one is the one we picked. The second one is a bit cheaper, but when we look back in our memory bank, we had way more memories playing on GTA 1, putting in the cheat codes, destroying people, and, lighting people on fire. Like, I mean, it sounds horrible, but at the same time, it's where Grand Theft Auto started.
Well,
and
top down. It's not as graphic as it is now.
Yeah, no. But, you definitely get a sense of like, oh, that's where it came from. And you know what? It's a lot of fun, and you'll have a lot of fun playing it for $30.
Yeah, don't let the graphics sideline you.
Yeah.
Like, it actually is excellent for $30.
And that kind of leads, our next pick is also a rated M game, Silent Hill. Now, this is a game that neither of us had growing up and didn't even play very much of it, but it is one of the top horror franchises in all of gaming. And though I haven't played very much of it, I've done a lot of reselling of the whole franchise. And it is one of the games that keeps on going up in value, and you're going to have to pay quite a bit more for it, but it's renowned as being one of the best horror games made for the PlayStation.
Also on the PlayStation, unlike being in the same realm as Resident Evil, like very atmospheric. Like they use the limitations of the hardware to make it like really creepy with the fog and everything. So if that's something you're into, what did you say it was going to cost?
Yeah, it's going to cost $130 plus to get this game.
So if you can find it for less than $100, like you're screaming, right?
Yeah, anything honestly, anything less than $130, I would pick it up. If you're into horror games, you'll have a great time.
All right, so and from there, we're going to talk about a game that we both have a lot of experience with. Ones that you played through a couple times.
Oh yeah,
right? Like I played through a couple of times too. Final Fantasy VII. Who doesn't have this? Who has a PlayStation, right? Like it's 3-disc, JRPG, epic adventure. Like,
first 3D Final Fantasy.
Well, yeah, first like jump from Nintendo consoles onto something else, right? So again, what can be said about this game? Like it's nonstop. Like it's story, it's cutscenes. The first time I saw these cutscenes, I was like,
graphics will never get better.
What was this? How can we do better, right? So JRPG, turn-based action, just epic sweeping story across 3 discs with multiple party members. And the best part is it hasn't skyrocketed as bad as some other PlayStation games as far as price goes.
Yeah.
So,
and a lot of that
what's it gonna
probably
be?
comes to the fact that it's been re-released on other consoles.
Well, like, and it had, like, you can see this one here. It's a green label. So, or sorry, the other side. You can see that because this was its second release, or probably even third release, because it was a greatest hits. So they produced so many of them, they felt the need to do another run of them, right?
Yeah.
So,
and this
again,
one's going to be about $50.
yeah, like, and it's on that reflects the actual hard copy of the game, right? So,
Yeah, and you'll get a lot of replayability. If you're into
Side
RPGs,
quests.
you're going to play it more than once.
and if you've never played it, which, I mean, I don't know too many people who haven't, but like, hey, maybe you're not into video games. This is definitely one to go down that path. It's like playing part of a movie.
Yeah.
So,
And that concludes our beginner list number 1. If you want to check out our second list that we're going to be putting together, a link is going to be over here.
before that link covers my face, you need to like and subscribe because you want to see more PlayStation stuff, right?
I hope so.
But we're gonna make some more. Until next time.